Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another video. This one is continuing along with the Johnny Smith method, and we did the sixth chord alterations last time, the 6 flat 5, and so today we're on the minor 6 chords. This is page 75 in my book. I've got the old book, and you can see I've got like all kinds of notes and scribbles all over this thing here. So if you have a newer book, I'm not sure if it's the same page, but this is the minor 6 chords, okay? And so again, go back and review the 6 chord shapes, shapes 1, 2, and 3 if you have to, because it gets a little bit confusing. But I even catch myself having to double think this stuff. But you know, once you have it, you know you're gonna always be able to draw on it, and it'll come back to you pretty quickly. So we're just going to jump right into this. So the first chord in the book is it's a B minor 6, and these are going to be like the open positions, and I'll kind of try to explain to you, you know, where they're coming from, and the way that I see the shapes, because otherwise it can be confusing. Okay, so you still have to connect this with everything you learned up to this point. And also the good thing too, if you've made it this far, you're probably realizing you know like a lot of chords already, you know, just from just getting up to this section. You know, it's like you're building a huge library of chords, and then when you go back to, you know, trying to come up with a chord, maybe chord spelling, you know, maybe you're not thinking of the chord right away, these shapes will pop into your head right away, and you go, oh yeah, I remember that now. So okay, anyways. So the first one is this one here. It's the B minor 6. And as I said, I'll put some diagrams up here. You can also add your pinky here on the okay, so that's the first one, and kind of where this is coming from. And you'll notice in the book it says position 1. If you think of it this way, here's shape 1. Here's shape 1 of your 6th chord. Okay. If you slide that down to B minor, or to B6, okay, this is your B6. Now this is your 3rd right here. So if you take that off, see, now you're getting that shape. And then if we add the F sharp in there, that's just the 5th. Okay, and then if you put your pinky on the D, okay, just adding another minor 3rd in there. Okay, so that's where that first one's coming from. And again, like, you always kind of go back to the shapes, because because I'm kind of reviewing this myself as I make these lessons. Like at first I was scratching my head, okay, where is the shape coming from? Until I read my little note there, says don't forget the positions. Okay, so you do the same. Okay, so now the position 2, the next one they do is a B flat 6, B flat minor 6. Okay, and that's going to look like this right here. Okay, so again, go back to the basics. This one here is kind of different, to see, but the way I do it is if you just think of the B minor, which you already know. So you already, or a B flat minor, you already know this, okay? See, and this is hard. If you don't see this, you can look at that chord and be really confused, but look at, here's your B minor, here's the 6th right here. And now, voila, there's that shape, okay? My first finger on the right note. Okay, so I mean, it does have this open G string. I mean, normally you would do it like this right here, but you have the G up here on your pinky, and when you do it this way, you just have the G. But it probably really doesn't matter if you do it this way either. Okay, at least I don't think it does. That would probably, actually, thinking about it, you probably do need that open, because you know why? If you play it like this right here, if I have this 7th in here, because that's what this is, if I simply do this right here, that ends up being like a 13th, okay? Because I've got the 7th in there. But if I take that 7th out, or it would be like a B minor 13th, I think. And then this would be the B minor 6th. Feel free to correct me on that. Yeah, I confess I'm not a jazz player, but you know, these chords, I think anybody should learn these chords, you know, and if I decided I wanted to go in that direction, this would come in handy. If you're a jazz player, if you're wanting to do that, this is perfect for you. Okay, so then we have that one, and then we're going to have the E minor 6. Again, this one here, you just kind of have to look at your regular E minor chord. So that's a piece of cake. Here's an E6. There's your 3rd down there. You're just going to flat that, okay? This says shape 3. I can't figure out how this fits with shape 3, to be honest with you, okay? That was one I couldn't figure out. Okay, now we have shape 3 with the F6. Again, let's back up a little bit before I do this one here. You know, since you did your 6 chords, you know this shape right here. This was shape 3. Okay, so when we did the flat 5, we learned that this is the 5 here, so we did this. This was the 6 flat 5, okay? But now in this case, your pinky is the 3rd. So if we do this, okay, it's coming from that shape. So this, now we got our flatted 3rd right here. So that's G minor 6, okay? Go down to G flat minor 6, and then here we go. We run out of room here. So that's the F minor 6 that they're showing. Okay? And then, I can put this camera down just a little bit maybe. Then on to the A minor 6. Okay, so you could do an A minor like this. Okay, you could add your 6th here. Okay. Now, the way they're showing it is they're taking this F sharp, putting it up here. So you end up with this. It's quite a stretch, but it sounds really cool. But again, you know, you want to see it's just derived from that. We're just simply putting that F sharp here in the bass. Okay, and then we're going to do the closed positions. It looks like they're doing just a C. So this is the first one. So again, position 1, you want to think of this right here first. That's the one that you already know. I need to turn the guitar this way, maybe that'll help. Okay. So there's your regular C6. Okay, so this right here is your 3rd, so we need to get that down there. Okay, so, and then we just have, we have to switch our fingers around though, unfortunately. And there it is. You see, here's your C, your root, there's the flatted 3rd, okay? This right here is the 6th. And then the G is the 5, okay? Okay, so that's the C minor 6. This is the shape 1. So you want to get used to that. Okay, and then shape 2 again. Remember when we were doing the 6 chords, we had this one. This one's really hard. This is always a tough one to play, but now this is your 3rd. Remember, before this was the 5. We did the alteration. We did the C6 flat 5. But now we have the 3rd here. We're going to switch those around and do this. Okay. And then the alteration that I like is this one here. This is the A. No, I shouldn't say alteration, but just another shape you can do. But the thing that's interesting about this that I discovered that you should see too is that go back up and just play a regular G6. Okay, there's a G6 right there. look at if you hop this whole thing down, that gives you that the C minor sixth. So that's kind of cool, okay? And then if we go up here, shape 3, move this up here. Again, this was your third, so we were here. See that? So that sounds cool. So you could have, remember, then we'll come up to the minor 7th chords here pretty soon, but you can see how cool that sounds if you do. So that's cool. Okay, so that gets us through the kind of the variations and all the open chords. So now we're just off to the races here. We're just going to go through this the cycle of force, or the circle of force, like he does. It's actually the circle of fifths, but it's going backwards. Okay, so we start off with this one we've already done. So we've got the C minor 6th. Okay, and again, remember that's coming from this shape here. Okay, that's shape 1. Then here we have with shape 2. And I'm going to do these altered shapes, or it's not an altered shape, it's just an extra shape you can do. I guess, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I like this one here better than this one. This one can be kind of hard to grab. Okay, and then we're going to go all the way up here. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next one is F. So we had already done that one. So here's your F minor 6. Okay, and then we're going to come up here to the 8th fret. Okay, and then here. 4. Now we come to the B flat minor 6. Again, kind of think of this chord here, and then add your 6 here. That's the easiest way to see that. Okay, and then we're going to go up here, then up here. Okay, then we're on to E flat. I'm just going to kind of zip through these as we get going. And of course this one here. And then we're going to be up here. Okay. And then again, you know, like I was saying, you really want to see these shapes. So like if you're working on this, just try to go through and just kind of get this in your head and just visualize them, you know, and then you know, try to see how they're related to the other chords. That's what really helped me. And then you know, you may go on down the road with your music, and you know, and you might forget it, or you might get a little bit rusty. But these come back to you really fast once you do this. You know, once you're building, you know, seeing how they're all put together. Okay, so now we're going to do the G sharp 6. Okay, so we're here on G sharp. Up here. Okay, and then we're on to the C sharp 6. I'm going to do this one first. Or F sharp 6. That sounded kind of cool. Let me get over here. I need to move this camera over a little bit, so there we go. I think that helps a little bit. Okay. F sharp 6. This shape here is actually kind of a hard one to grab. I'll be honest with you, it is for me anyways. But you know, it's not because it's many as it's something you don't do every day. Okay, so then we got, that's our F sharp 6, and now to the B minor 6. It's going to be, okay, B minor 6. Okay, so okay. Okay, so see, I just had gotten a little bit confused on that. Let's go back and look what I should have done. Okay, I'll use me for an example. So that's why these shapes are so important. So B minor, the B minor 6, I should have just done this. See, there's your B6, right? If I'd have just done that first, here's my third, I could have done this. Okay, and then I wouldn't have been looking for it. I was kind of thinking of this right here, of doing a B minor like this. We talked about that. You can go like that. Okay, yeah, because see, this is the 6th right here. Actually, let me show you something real quick. Let me finish this, and I'm going to show you something that's kind of good to know. Okay, so you want to start there, then just flat your third, okay? But you want to play it a lot better than I did just now, okay? Now you can play a B minor like this. But remember, this is just a B minor. It's not a 6th, okay? Here's the 6th right here. So now you have a B6 here. But the problem with this is that this, you got this 7th here. So I don't know if that would be like, you know, like a B minor 13th or something, okay? Now you could, you know, get this down here, like when you do this method here, you have this, you get rid of that 7th, okay? I hope that's not a huge mess, but anyways, you know, it's kind of good to look at it that way too, because it gets your brain, going, okay? So if it confuses you, it's not a big deal really, you know, because, you know, well, if you're doing this, you probably know by now anyways, you know, you spend a lot of time just looking at your guitar going, huh? So it's like, you know, you're kind of always in the state of confusion, it seems like. At least I am, you know, when you're learning. Okay, so anyways, just do it this way here and forget all that stuff that I just showed you. Or if you figure it out, send me if you can figure that out, send me a message and help me with that, okay? See if we can figure out what that chord is, the lost chord. Okay, so then what I was going to show you though is, you know, let's just go to a G just for the fun of it. We'll do like a G6. And you may have seen this already before, but if you haven't, this is important to see, okay? If you do your major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, notice that here's your root, here's your third, here's your 6, here's your 9. See how they all line up? 3, 6, 9. Isn't that cool? And if you're on your A string, 3, 6, you're going to go here. Say from your A string, say we're doing a C, 3, 6, 9. It jumps up because of that offset, okay? So that's kind of cool, 3, 6, 9. And you know, the other thing that's kind of interesting about that is, as I was watching a video on Nikola Tesla, and he had some kind of thing about these 3 numbers, 3, 6, 9. The story goes he was, you know, somehow infatuated with 3, 6, and 9. And I was watching that video here on YouTube, and then a few days later I'm thinking, well, 3, 6, 9. Wow, maybe there is something to that, to those numbers. Okay. How do you play Twilight Zone? 3, 6, 9. Okay, so Okay, so that was the B minor 6, okay? Let's finish this up. Here's your B minor 6 right here. And then we're going to go all the way up here on the 14th fret. Kind of hard to... Okay, and now we're on our E6. Okay. Now to the A6. Remember we did this open position down here. Now we're here. Okay. Sorry, this guitar is a little bit out of tune. I don't know what's going on with it. Went really far out just now. Now we're just about done, anyways. This is a new one of those new slick 57s from Guitar Fetish. It's actually like I think like $250 guitar. Actually sounds pretty good, but still working on getting it set up. Okay, so D6. It's not a bad little guitar though for what it costs. Last but not least is the G6. And then we end up back on C. Okay. There we go. So I'm ending the video with an out of tune guitar. Anyways, folks, that's it. That's the minor 6 chords, or shapes, I should say. So try to have as much fun with that as you can. I know some of the stuff's a little bit dry, but man, if you can get into this, it's cool. It will help you a lot in the future. And I'm always saying that, but I'm a believer in this book. You know, all these shapes will help you. And so anyways, thank you so much for hanging in there and watching this with me. And I hope you enjoyed this enough to subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you. And hopefully I'll be making more exciting videos on different things here in the future. So anyways, folks, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Bye-bye. We'll catch you next time around.